A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw it
down? They go right back to Cook. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Here's Cook again. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Now it's Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. And able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have a Broncos first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Back to the ground, Cook. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll go option to the short side. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And the Broncos are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run with Cook. And he gets it a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on third and goal. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. And the first play will be a field goal try from the right hash, and this one just a chip in. McPherson's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17 and makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Mariota and the Raiders now come up first and 10 at their own 23. Here's the rookie out of Rutgers, Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Play fake. Mariota. Open man. That's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Big play there for Vegas. 44 yards for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
From the red zone now, Mariota. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Reynolds. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mariota. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Chances are good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in his opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now they try the right side here. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Mariota to sneak it, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Marcus Mariota, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
2nd down, they'll go right back to Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at them right now and say, let's get away from them entirely. Let's start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
On 4th down, Herbert, and it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. To throw is Mariota. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it will be 2nd down. Now Mariota. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mariota. Pass complete on the out route to Beckham. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. And it's 1st and 10 from the 10. To throw Mariota. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They go play action. Mariota. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Chigakakwo. As the first half is winding down. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. A final shot before the break for Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. That's one thing to get the interception, and it was a great play, but then you saw how quickly all of his teammates, Charles, turned to find blocks, made sure they had space for him to make the house call.
And not only did they turn and find the blocks, none of them clipped from behind, blocked someone in the back. This play is going to stand. And how about what we see each and every week now? When the defenders make a big play, there's always a group celebration after the takeaway.
Welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Fields this way up at the 17. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage, and we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Herbert just beat the play clock. And down he goes. Brought down, Raiders sack. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. The middle, here's Henderson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Back to the ground, this time Cook. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Sam Martin now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll send Brown in motion right. Another try after the 1st down sack. Herbert towards the end zone for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And Ingram holds it in. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Running off tackle with Cook. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 63 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders will take over here at their own 12-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And some room to work. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Mariota. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, Mariota.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Mariota. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Mariota's throw taken in by Chark. It's a big play there for Vegas. 49 yards. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Mariota again. He's got his tight end Fant. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
A 1st down throw for Mariota. Going right back to Fant. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll send Brown in motion right. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Quick slant caught by Kirk. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Another
toe for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Third down, here's a run by Cook. Room here to run.
It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Throwing here, Mariota. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Jalen Thompson picks it. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
One last throw here for Herbert. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown error on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker. Yeah. Of course, in fantasy football, these points mean
on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they're putting in the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, not really.
I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Las Vegas, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shut out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a